One of the most helpful resources for students on the library homepage are the subject guides. For students studying business, the business subject guide is very helpful. Let me show you how to get to the business subject guide. If you're on the library homepage, click on Subject Guides in the middle area, the tab. If you're from the Brooklyn campus, click on McIntaggart Subject Guides. And if you're from the Long Island campus, click on Callahan Subject Guides. Now choose Business on the left-hand side. See, we even have subheadings such as Accounting and Finance, Business Administration, Economics, Global Business, and Marketing. For the purpose of this tutorial, we will choose Business Administration. The rest of the guides function in the same manner as the one I'm about to show you, so we only really need to look at one, and you can explore the other ones on your own. My recommendation to all users of the guides, which are created by librarians using LibGuide software, is that you follow the tabs across the guide to conduct your research effectively. You can find books right from the guide, articles, and you can find articles using databases. You can find websites recommended by librarians, statistical information, associations, and information on how to cite your sources. So now let's go to the home page again of the guide. And there are several RSS feeds from which you can find a lot of really up-to-date information. CNN Business News, New York Times Business, and if you scroll down to the right, you'll have the Wall Street Business Management News. This information is all right here for you and can be very helpful when you're in a time crunch, yet need to be up to date on information in the business world. Now, for the next tab, labeled Books, you can actually stay on this guide and search for books in the library catalog, or ebooks or DVDs. There is no need to go back to the library homepage if you would like to stay in the guide. This is a one-stop shop, this guide. If you remember, in an earlier tutorial in this orientation, we searched for books on business ethics. You could type in the words business ethics right in this box and click on Go and get a list of materials on that subject. You can also use the advanced features of the catalog from here as well. Also under this tab, if you scroll down, the librarians here offer a bibliography of books in the reference and main, which is the circulating collections on the topic, and subtopics of business, but only a sampling of what we have. We couldn't possibly list everything, it wouldn't be practical. So here you can see the Concise Encyclopedia of Economics, the Encyclopedia of Management, International Encyclopedia of Organization Studies, etc. These are reference books that do not leave the library. And as you scroll down, you can see circulating books that can leave the library as checked out on your ID. Class with Drucker, Managing, the AMA Handbook of Leadership, etc. Now, if you scroll up a little bit and look on the left-hand side, you can see the different call numbers associated with the field of business. Sorry, I lost my place. For example, HD 4801 to 8943 covers labor, work, and the working class. HF 5410 to 5417 covers marketing, and HG covers finance. These are the call numbers that indicate where an item is located within the library. We talked about that in the Finding Books and eBooks section. One of the key tabs on this guide is Articles/Databases. This section first tells you what a database is. Libraries' databases are online catalogs or indexes that contain information about journal, magazine, and newspaper articles. You can search these databases to find information about specific topics. Databases provide citation information for each article and often include an abstract or a summary of the article. You know that from earlier tutorials and or from your studies at the undergraduate level, but I just wanted to point that out because not everybody is always sure what a database is. And you pay for the databases via your tuition. And if you find an article that you cannot seem to get full text right there in front of you, you can use our interlibrary loan system, which we'll talk about later, to retrieve the article if we can get it for you. Now, I do want to point out before I go on the Harvard Business Review advisory here. Please read it when you get a chance. It is very important. As you scroll down, right in the middle of the page is a list of all the different databases that we recommend for you to use for your business research. You'll notice that ABI Inform Complete is at the top. This is merely because it's an alphabetical list. However, I did want to show you how easy it is to get to via the business guide so that you can reach it later when you are following the tutorial for finding an article in ABI Inform Complete, the ProQuest database. ProQuest is just a company that owns ABI Inform Complete. Now, what I don't want you to forget about are another subset of databases. As you scroll back up and you go to articles databases, business administration was your first option. Industries and corporations. If I click there, another set of databases appears on the left-hand side. Country Watch, Credo Reference, Hoover's. Hoover's, there will be a tutorial on this database. It's very important, and it includes detailed company fact sheets, coverage of industries, information about executives, financial statements, etc., financial information. So please remember how to get to Hoover's. And here is the Find the Article section. If you have previously viewed the I already have a citation, does the library carry this journal tutorial, you have learned that you can use the Journal Locator tab from the library page to find out if the library subscribes to a particular journal, magazine, or newspaper for which you already have a citation. You type the name of the publication in the search box, and if the library carries it, a database or list of databases will appear. If you're already in this business subject guide, however, you can click right in this box and do the same thing. You don't have to jump out of the guide. So again, this is like a one-stop shop. Under the Websites tab, moving along in the tabs to the right, you can see what websites the librarians have put here to recommend for doing research in your field, such as the Drucker Institute, Global Edge, which is on the left-hand side. Note that the librarians also do provide for you here within this tab at the beginning criteria for evaluating websites on your own, websites that you've gone out on the open web and found and are trying to determine whether or not to use in a research paper. You want to analyze the websites for their authority, accuracy, currency, relevancy, and purpose. Going back up, the Statistics tab offers statistical sources via in the form of websites and books. Under Associations, we provide a list of links to relevant associations such as the American Management Association and the Society for Human Resource Management. And finally, on every guide, we have a Citing Sources tab. This tab contains information on plagiarism and how to avoid it. It also contains information on how to cite sources properly in APA style, as well as links to guides on how to paraphrase, sorry, I didn't click on it, and summarize properly. As you can see, we carry the different style manuals. Business majors often use APA. Paraphrasing right here, you can go to these websites. There's information on Noodle Tools, which is a citation machine to which St. Joseph's College subscribes that will enable you to plug in your information. It will create citations. Here is the login page and information on how to create a Noodle Tools account and how to create a citation in Noodle Tools. Plus, we have Purdue OWL, Diana Hacker's research and documentation online, a plethora of information here for you. So overall, The Business Administration Subject Guide is an invaluable tool for your research. We have subject guides for almost every major and growing. I do recommend that you use this guide, as well as the other business subject guides, for practically all your research while you are working your way through your studies here at St. Joseph's College. Thank you for listening to this tutorial.